Welcome back to the Intercourse Show. I'm your host, Mr. B. Today we have a very exciting show for you. We are discussing the relationships once again and the expectations of modern women. Are modern women out of line when they expect too much from men? Should they change that point of view? Well, we're going to have to see because Kevin Samuels had to, you know, check one of the younger modern women who thought that her expectations of how marriage should go should flow exactly how she thinks it should flow. And he had to help her see that it doesn't work like that. So that being said, let's jump right into the video. I haven't seen it before, so we'll react to it accordingly.
I stumbled across you like this past week, and I've kind of been binging your videos.
Okay.
And yeah, they hurt, but
why it hurt?
Because so I'm a late bloomer, and
Okay.
a lot of what I'm learning, I didn't pick up from my environment or my parents. They married really young, so they were kind of like each other's first.
Okay.
And so that I say it kind of hurts because a lot of the things that you were talking about in regards to Black women and certain things I was doing myself. And I was like, oh my God.
Okay. So how old are
It
you?
was like a blessing. I'm 26.
All right. So are you out here dating?
I'm getting back into the dating scene, but it's different.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, do you mind saying that again?
I said, what do you mean it's different?
Different in what I mean by that is my experience right now with men, I'm either realizing like there are things that I have unrealistic expectations about, or I'm coming against men who are still figuring it out, which is great because I'm young, but
Okay, so you're what
I
do you
guess
okay?
their expectations
So
too.
I mean, okay. So here are the questions. Do you want to get married?
I do, yes.
Okay. Do you want children?
Yes.
All right. I always ask this question. Do you want to have to work to pay significant bills after you're married?
I would not want to, but I do have aspirations that I'd like to see out.
Okay. What does that mean?
I want to still be able to like serve in my community the way that I'd like to, like still be of service.
All right. How many kids do you want?
Making my life flow. Anywhere between like 4 to 5.
4 to 5.
Yeah, I know it sounds like a lot.
Well, that is a lot. How tall are you?
I'm 5'5".
Dress size?
My dress size is a 4. Oh, I'm sorry, a 3.
3. All right. And so what's the problem? I mean, if you're 3'4", what would you rank your looks on a scale from 1 to 10? And you cannot use 7.
I would say 8.
Yeah, all you 8s not camming up. It does make it.
I'm sorry, am I saying that? The phone broke out.
I said all these 8s that don't cam up, and you're in California.
I am in Nevada. I used to live in California.
All right. Well, okay. Are you driving?
I'm at my destination. I was listening to your show on my phone.
All right. Well, here's one thing I would start. I'm going to start asking you ladies to actually, you should have a picture or be willing to get on camera, because I'm going to tell you, I think most women, I know for a fact, professional fact, that the rank and file woman is horrible at ranking themselves and others. Just horrible. And the thing is, our lives kind of reflect back what we are. So the kind of men that you're talking about being able to marry 4 or 5 kids, you talk about a man who's earning $350,000, $400,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
What percentage of men earn that?
Not a lot, honestly, like top 10.
No. Give me what percentage? Give me a number though.
Percentage-wise, I would say about 15 to 20%.
Girl, please. That's top 3% of men. 3-0. And 97% of men do not earn that. Do not earn that. 97%. And if you want a black man too,
I do, yeah.
okay, you're talking less than 8% of black men earn 6 figures or more. Your expectations are insane if you think you can find a man like that who's single in your area. And honestly, if let's just get that you are an 8, men who are making that kind of money, man.
Say that one more time, please.
Men who are making that kind of money are like the cream of the crop. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Okay. All right. Well, see, this is one thing that okay, we're gonna go ahead and put you back in the. She muted herself up, so put in the waiting room. See, one of the big issues I see with a lot of women today is you guys are just, and I don't think you don't do it on purpose, but y'all are just woefully out of touch with the numerical reality of what it is to be men. Maya, I don't get it.
Agreed with you totally. But today I don't. Well, tonight, I feel like women are unhappy. I hate to take it there, but I feel like it's just unfaithful men. Like we've been through it. We've watched our mothers go through it.
Hold on.
And this,
hold on. Let me ask you before you, how old are you?
I'm 24.
24.
Yes.
I think you called in talking about your mother and father and the infidelity and the issue.
No, I've never called in. This is my first time even
so
watching it live.
So at 24 years old, okay.
Yes.
Have you had anyone cheat on you?
Yes, I have.
Okay. So let me ask you, if 51% of black men are single and childless,
okay,
how can the majority of black women be cheated on?
I feel like every black woman I know has been cheated on.
Ma'am, those are numbers.
Okay.
51% of black men are single and childless. How can the majority of black women be cheated on?
Okay. Well, I didn't know the numbers. I'm just going off of, just what I know, my friends.
Yeah. The adultery, the admitted adultery rate or cheating rate by black men, I want to say it was like 28%.
Okay.
Which is pretty high.
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree?
Yeah.
28%. What was the admitted adultery or cheating rate by black women?
I don't know.
What do you guess?
I'm guessing it was more.
Just give me a guess. I mean, I'm asking because based on your experience, black women are the victims or the recipients of cheating.
I would say about the same then.
Right.
Okay.
24%, 4 percentage points separate them. And there are more black women than black men. So 24% of a number that's 2 million more. See, what you find and realize is when a man is cheating, there's a vagina along with that. It's not, doesn't happen in a vacuum.
Right.
Yes, no?
Yeah.
So if you're walking around at 24 years old, honestly believing that the majority of women are angry because of cheating men, the numbers, the math, the logic just doesn't hold.
I'm not angry. I'm just speaking on behalf of other women.
I know, but I didn't say you were angry. I'm saying if you believe if you believe the majority of women are angry because they're being cheated on, they're not even married. So how are they being cheated?
I feel like it's just like women are just tired of the bullshit, and they're coming together.
Okay, hold on. Okay, 51% divorce rate in this country. You know that, right?
Yeah.
In the black community, 8 out of 10 divorces are filed by women. 80% of listen to what I'm saying. You about to speak before you even say anything. Listen to what I'm saying.
Okay.
51% divorce rate. In the black community, it's higher. But in our community, 8 out of 10 divorces, breaking up of families, broken homes are filed by women. If even half of that number is for cheating, adultery, the worst parts in the Bible, that still means there's half, 4 out of 10, that are not. In short, ma'am, men don't leave relationships. Women leave relationships, black, white, Hispanic, or other. The cheating numbers for men and women are in line. They don't vary by but a few percentage points. Okay. You guys tell a horrible victim story that just does not line up with the facts.
I hear you.
It's a fact.
Yeah.
And you've been allowed to, and here's the thing, ma'am, at 24, you've been allowed to live this lie because this lie has been told and perpetuated in popular media for the last 40 years.
Right. And that's why I appreciate you, because I'm like, this is what I need to hear, you know. I'm happy. I'm enjoying it.
All right. Well, I'm just saying there's always another side of it. Okay. Appreciate it. Hello. Hi, Nikki.
How
what do you
are
got for
Can
me?
you hear me?
Yeah, what do you got for me?
Okay, so I just have a question. It's nice to meet you. Happy New Year. I like your content.
Thank
I've
you.
actually been a thinker of things that you talk about my entire life. Like I was like the one that went against the grain of the things that I've heard.
Okay.
So it's nice to actually hear a man come out and validate the things, because I thought I was going crazy.
Okay.
But
so we got to get on to the next point. So what?
Okay, what I wanted to say is that I am one that's happy, I guess, because I've learned, things early on, which is what I was trying to explain before.
Okay.
But I do believe that it does have a lot to do with things that were, a common thing.
So are you happy?
Yes.
Okay, so let me ask you a question, because your last name says Serenity, but how do you experience the average rank and file woman today that's not you?
Well, see, I mean, women and men think differently. So,
yeah, but I'm asking
I don't date.
How do you experience them in your life, day-to-day life? Do you think the average woman is walking around as well-adjusted as you say you are?
Well, more because I'm, I don't follow like the standard of what they consider, for.
I think you misheard me. I said I'm asking about the women, not you.
Okay.
I'm asking, do you feel like? Because I hear you. If you're a happy woman, do you think you're in the majority or the minority of modern women?
I'm definitely minority.
There we go. All right.
I do deal with that. Right. Yeah.
Okay. Let me put you right here. Sophie, see, women hear women like her and they get angry. Because they're like, yeah, you ain't heard my pain, my story. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Samuels. Can you hear me?
Yes. How old are you?
I am 26.
Wow. You're a youthful 26.
Oh, well, thank you. You're very kind.
What do you have for me?
I wanted to answer your question. I believe that a lot of women today are very unhappy because we're taught to shoot for more instead of being grateful for what we have.
Okay. Elaborate. What do you mean?
So, I guess the best way to elaborate on this is when I was younger, my dad told me that there are some women who are models, and then there are some people that help produce the movie.
Okay.
And that doesn't necessarily mean that you're less than because you're not the actress or you're not the model. But you have to be understanding and realistic when it comes to how you're seen.
I got it. Thank you, Aaliyah. All right. So I got a question for you ladies. How'd that hit you I told the woman yesterday, talking about how to estimate or rank their daughters when she has the conversation. fathers should be telling their daughters in the nicest fatherly way possible that either you are the movie star type
Wow.
or you're the camera woman type. Because mothers tend to tell their kids they can do it all. And far too many women really overestimate to where when this whole average thing came out, you would think I cursed that woman's eternal soul. The way some of the responses have come out from Black women.
This conversation starts off with two strong positions at the same time. She says she wants marriage, stability, and commitment, but she also believes men can never truly be faithful. And Kevin immediately notices the contradiction, because if you fundamentally don't trust men, how do you realistically build a healthy marriage with one? And that's where the tension starts building. She lists expectation after expectation, what kind of man she wants, how he should behave, what he should provide, what he should never do. The standards are extremely high, but underneath all of it, there's this deep fear that even if she finds that man, he'll eventually disappoint her anyway. And Kevin leans into that because now the issue isn't just expectations, it's trust. He starts pointing out that if someone enters dating already convinced betrayal is inevitable, it changes how they interact. It creates suspicion, pressure, and emotional distance before a relationship even has the chance to grow naturally. Then it gets deeper. Kevin begins separating idealism from practicality. Wanting a great partner is normal, but expecting perfection while assuming failure at the same time creates an impossible setup. And that's the shift from fantasy to functionality, because relationships aren't built on flawless people. They're built on communication, judgment, compatibility, and mutual effort over time. What makes this moment stand out is that internal conflict. She wants certainty in a space where certainty doesn't fully exist. And the tighter she tries to control risk, the harder it may become to build trust at all. What's up, y'all?
Okay, that was my man over at Mental Groove giving his analysis. Shout out to him over there. His channel is doing some great things. Definitely go and support him. Shout out to Kevin Samuels for the points that he raised on his end. I think I'm rocking with Kevin here. I don't think he said anything out of turn. I think everything he said was actually in line with what I was thinking. Sometimes young women have the wrong estimation. You heard that it was one of the callers. She was concerned with men cheating. And then Kevin gave her the actual stats, and it's only about 4 percentage points. But the key indicator is the fact that there's 2 million more women, but there was only 4 percentage points in the cheating. So 2 million more women plus the 4 percentage points, you might actually end up with a comparable number. A lot of times, women's perspective is shaped by each other's rhetoric. It's not shaped by facts. It's not shaped by the male perspective. And if you want to marry a man, you might as well ask him, what does he like? What does he value? So that you can package something for him that appeals to him, right? In the same way that if you're doing a presentation, you're going to make sure that based on the needs of the client, you're going to cater your service offering to speak to the needs of the client, and then you're going to sell according to those talking points. So this is something that I think is absolutely necessary. Kevin also brought up a point with another caller called in where he said, some women are meant to play in front of the cameras and some women are meant to play behind the scenes. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it is the responsibility of a father in a loving way to convey to his daughter, listen, you're not necessarily always got to be the main character. Sometimes you could be the director, right? And you're not any less than the person who is playing the main character. Your role is relative to the situation. So make sure that you don't feel like you're always seeking validation because you don't have a starring role in a production. So, I think that's a very humbling point, because a lot of times women are seeking the validation of others, the validation of their peers, the validation of the man that they're trying to appeal to. And sometimes they do themselves a disservice because they compromise their own character for the sake of being validated by people that might not even care that much for them. So whenever you get into that business, it's sticky and it's not the thing that you would want to do. And before you know it, you're changing yourself and losing yourself just to fit the script of what you think somebody wants. And in reality, that's not what they want. You see that happen all the time. And unfortunately, it doesn't yield the results that the women want because a lot of them are still not married. A lot of them have still not found the love or the person that they're seeking. So really and truly, it's best to assess what you want and determine who you are and make sure you find compatible people that aligns with what you want and not someone that you've had to compromise yourself for in a way that sells yourself short. But that's my take. That being said, I thank you guys for joining me. I ask that you like and subscribe if you're not already connected to the show. Definitely stay connected, like and subscribe, but also leave a comment. I want to hear your thoughts on this particular topic and, share the video so that we can start a conversation. All right, guys, I thank you very much for joining me. And until we speak again, God bless.